the solar contracting company, and here to walk you through any safety disconnects, or in case of an emergency, how to shut off the solar system. This entire solar system is owned and operated by Sunrun. Any issues or maintenance issues or questions, you'll be reaching out to sunrun.com, and their phone number is 833-324-5886. So should you have any questions or concerns with the maintenance or operation of the solar, please reach out to Sunrun. And here is our first disconnect. This is the main disconnect for the solar system on the entire project. Basically, there's solar on the carports. There's also solar on the roofs. There are multiple roofs. All of the solar is interconnected and comes back to this main tie-in. So if there's ever an emergency and you want to shut off the solar or need to shut off the solar, you could shut off the entire system by throwing this disconnect breaker switch here, and at that point the system will be down. I would contact Sunrun immediately after you do that, just to let them know what's going on. But in case of an emergency, that's how you can shut off the system. So we'll walk over to the other side here, and we will show that we have 4 pieces of equipment. So this is the PG or SCE owned, utility owned meter will be installed here. Can't get into that box, but we have one other disconnect here, as well as another big disconnect here. If you can't make it to the main switch breaker that I showed before, you can, in case of an emergency, throw this disconnect and throw this disconnect. There's additionally one more disconnect inside of this solar load center where you can use this as a disconnect as well. So lots of safety disconnects. To summarize, the easiest and best way to shut off the entire system in case of an emergency will be the first disconnect that I showed you. It's labeled solar. And that's pretty much it. There are additional inverters on the roof as well as on the carport columns. Those disconnects don't ever need to be touched or maintained by the on-site maintenance. If there's any issue with those disconnects, Sunrun will dispatch someone to come out and do some maintenance there. Okay, so along with all of our equipment for solar, where we have breakers and safety disconnects, we also have conduit throughout the community that carries the wire from the solar panels and the inverters back to this room. Wherever there's a piece of conduit that has solar wires in it, the conduits will be clearly labeled with red stickers indicating that that's a solar photovoltaic source circuit inside, and not to tamper with, adapt, or try to splice in any circuits there. So it's just an indicator showing that there's solar hot wires inside. Back here again at the Orchard View Gardens project, talking about solar maintenance. So on this particular project, there are solar panels and inverters on the roof. There are also solar panels and inverters on the carports themselves. These are what we call the inverters. Those convert the solar power into usable energy and send it back into the grid. Each of these inverters has a disconnect switch on them. On-site maintenance will never have to touch these systems or disconnects. If there's ever an issue with that, Sunrun will be here to maintain them and dispatch a O&M group or field service tech to come out and maintenance the inverters. So they're here, but you shouldn't need to do anything. There's more on the roof. As far as regular maintenance, with solar, there is no maintenance. All the solar panels are at a pitch degree, so any rain that we get will shed off dirt and debris and kind of maintain itself with the rain. If Sunrun notices a decrease in production or an issue with the production of the solar system, they may dispatch someone and reach out to the owner or on-site property management to schedule someone to come out and clean. That is very rare. Again, the rain should clear and clean all of the solar panels to keep them in optimal performance. So really, no maintenance in case of an emergency. Just shut off the main disconnect, and everything should be operating fine. In case of these doors being locked or someone needing to identify locations of equipment for solar, there are these red placards, a few throughout the community and the apartment complex here, that are specifically for solar. So if you see a red placard like this, know it's for solar. You can look at it, and it does show on here the location of all of the solar panels, as well as safety disconnects and the main POI location. POI stands for point of interconnection, and that is the main disconnect switch in case of an emergency that you can shut off. So these red placards will help out.